John G. Pennington, George Kell Motor Company. Always my pleasure to come out and talk personal stuff with you because you're my buddy.
Yeah, that's right.
And number two, business stuff with you because you guys are the best. What's going on, John G?
Man, it's rolling out here at George Kell. I tell you, it's hot. The deals are hot. Rebates are good. Interest rates are good. Everything's good, especially if you have an air conditioner in your car.
That is right.
And every car we have on this lot does have AC.
Comes with air conditioning.
Comes with air conditioning. It has windshield wipers. May not use them for a while, but
That's right. That's right. When you walk into this, first of all, when you drive by it on the highway, it's just an absolute gorgeous facility. And I've been doing a lot of traveling the last 5-6 months and going by and looking at the different Chevrolet dealerships. I don't see one that looks as nice as this one. And then when you walk in this one, you go, this is big time. This is a big time facility. And all because of the folks that are buying automobiles from us and continue to do so. And we wanted to give back. And we have a big investment here.
Well, yeah, it's a big investment here, and you can go around to some of the cities around here, between here and Little Rock and other, and you'll see that some of the Chevrolet GMC Buick dealerships are not quite as big as this one.
Right.
Not quite as big. There were some options, and Dean went all the way, man. I mean, this is as big and nice as any of them around.
Right.
So it is a big investment in the community, and we did it for our customers. We wanted it to be nice, and they're the ones who make it possible. So we want you to come out here and take advantage of this facility and look at the deals that we have, look at the great service department, accessories. We do it all here. So if you'll just come out, give us a chance, I think you'll like the way that we do business and the way we treat you as a customer.
Who would have thought just a few years ago when you start talking about a shop, and when you really talk about the shop, you talk about a place that's got a lot of grease in it, and it's real hot back there, and it's not very clean, and everybody's real dirty, and ours is just a little different. Our shop's different.
Yeah, you go back there and there's a real shiny floor. There's big fans blowing. You got an air conditioning shop and different things. It's really, really nice. It's easier on our technicians. It's easier on the customers. It's a top-notch, top-flight, A1 facility that we're real proud of, and we want the customers that come from all over northeast Arkansas, southeast Missouri to come here and take advantage of it. A building is a building.
Sure.
Brick and mortar blocks, they're all the same, but it's what's inside here. And it's our salespeople, it's our service people, it's our staff. That's what happens when you really buy a car. They all cost pretty much the same. What happens after you buy it? What happens when your car breaks down in Jonesboro? What happens if you break down southeast Missouri? We're going to come get you.
Right.
I mean, we do quite frankly, we do some stuff that really amazes me.
Right.
I think we might go overboard sometime, but that's how they built the framework of this successful organization, and we do things that most people won't do. So we want everybody to give us a chance. It's really frustrating sometimes when we service a lot of cars that didn't get bought here.
Right.
And then you start talking to them about it, and you look at the deal. They didn't get a great deal.
Right.
Somebody just made them think they got a great deal. And that's a good salesman too. Give us a chance to earn your business. Give us a chance to price a product for you, and then after the sale, then you'll see where the rubber meets the road.
Right.
You see this service department, the accessory department, the fact that we've got everything you need. We've got all the accessory spray-in bed liners. We got Window Tint, a custom sign company. We can do every single thing you need in an automobile right here. We've got a great finance department. Charlie's got 20-something banks. He'll work hard to get you financed at an interest rate that makes your payment where you want it to be. It's just a place to do business that's fair, honest, has integrity, and like Dean's always said, no games, no gimmicks. He always says, come see why your friends and neighbors buy their cars at George Kell Motors. You come out here if you've never seen that, and you'll understand why.
Well, I do know this, and I've said this a lot about Dean Sides, and I worked with that gentleman for 10-plus years, and I've never met a man that's more fair to his people. And if he's fair to his people, he's fair to his customers, and that goes a long way with me. He's a great guy to work for, and you know that as well.
Well, yeah, and he's a great numbers guy. He's a good guy to work with and work for, but he will go over and above what most people would do to be treated fairly. He with the salespeople, with all of us.
Absolutely.
And especially with customers and service things. He's a prince of a guy, top-notch owner, and we continually say in our taglines and whatnot, you'll like what we do, you like the way, but the biggest thing is that no games, no gimmicks. Boy, you see these people come in here who've been somewhere and they say, well, I beat you $5,000. Well, yeah, you got a work truck.
That's right.
It doesn't have a rear view camera. It's got a four-wheel drive stick. Doesn't that but we could have sold you that for $6,000 cheaper, but we weren't as good as that Lion guy. So anyway, come out here, look around at what we've got. Let us go to work for you, see what we can do for you. Interest rate-wise, cars are expensive anymore. You can even go 84 months. It's almost like buying a house.
Yes, sir.
And some people don't trade frequently. They don't care how long they have to finance it. They want the lowest payment.
Sure.
We've got a great guy in finance. Come out here. Let us work with you. We'll try as hard as we can to get. Hey, come on in here. That's fine. We need somebody to look good in here. Come out and let us work with you. You'll like the way we do, and you'll especially like what happens.
John G. Pennington, always my pleasure. This is John G. I'm David Black, but I certainly enjoy coming out and visit with number 64 in my program and number 1 in my heart, Newport Greyhounds best, John G. Pennington.
Are on the road as we tape on this Friday night at Malvern to take on the Leopards. Two teams with great winning traditions, two teams that own state titles, two great coaches, both vying in the next couple of weeks perhaps for wins number 200. David Alfie, the coach of the Malvern Leopards, has 199 career wins. He'd like to get number 200 against the Hounds. Bill Keaty has 198. He'd like to get this one tonight and number 200 next week in the state semifinals. We're working under some tougher than normal conditions because of the large number of media and press covering this game. We'll be working in a booth with Galen right beside Wally Steen, who films for the Greyhounds alongside, but we're going to have a good time and hopefully root home a winner here as the Greyhounds are on the road in the quarterfinals. The Newport Greyhounds 9 consecutive years have won in the opening round and have had a great history of making it to the Final Four in the Bill Keaty regime. They would like to win here tonight to get back to the Final Four, which David Black would be at Newport next Friday evening in the semifinals, but this is a tough test for the Greyhounds.
But just a great football game. We expect it to be everything that anybody would want a quarterfinal match to be. Two good quality football teams, Malvern number 1 in their conference, Newport number 2 out of their conference. And, you know, they set it up and they play the whole year, and it ought to be your number 1 teams that play in the semifinals, but the Greyhounds may have something to say about that.
Our telecast is brought to you by the George Kell Motor Company, Dairy Queen in Newport, White River Ambulance, Lakeside Chevrolet Buick, Premier Video, Pratt Square in Newport, ASU BB Newport, Radio Shack, Newport Electronics, U.S. Pizza Company, Harris Hospital, the Jackson Funeral Homes of Northeast Arkansas, Bob Forrester at Wallace Equipment Company in Fair Oaks, Modern Woodman of America, Mike Baker Nissan in Searcy, Farmers Equipment Company Tuckerman. The telecast also presented by B&R Marine and Cycle Batesville, Union Planters Bank of Northeast Arkansas, Jack's TV and Appliance, the John Minor Company on Walnut Street in downtown Newport, Taylor Ford and Taylor Chrysler, Payless Sales and Rentals inside the Newport Village Mall, and Kentucky Fried Chicken. You see the Newport Greyhounds getting ready to come onto the field as the captains will be meeting at midfield. And then both teams will make this appearance in the state quarterfinals. Our first trip as the Malvern Leopards are the first to come onto the field down at the other end of the stadium. We're on the home side in the press box. David, our first trip to Malvern to play the Leopards, although we have met them before, but not here.
But I tell you what, they've got an outstanding stadium here as you see the Greyhounds come onto the field. And outstanding place to play football. I was down on the field before the game, Bud, and I mean the turf's just excellent. It's a little bit soft, as you'd say, but I know this, Bud. This is a classic football game coming up that we're going to watch.
Malvern with Madre Hill dethroned the reigning Wolves of Lake Hamilton a couple of years ago for a state championship. Newport had beaten the Wolves in '91 for the state title. Newport on the way to the finals back in the late 80s beat Malvern at BB, that Malvern team that had the likes of Vincent Bradford and Isaac Davis, two kids who went to the NFL. Newport has won the toss and is elected to receive. So the high-powered Newport offense will get first crack. This Malvern team struggled early. They were 2-3 at one point. They've won 6 in a row. They're 8-3. They changed defenses. They changed some personnel, much like Newport changing personnel and changing defenses on the defensive side of the ball, and it made a difference in the Newport defense. It looks like an old-timey Newport defense at very little cost to the offense. The offense has continued to play exceptionally well. A tremendous inventory of used cars and trucks at George Kell Motor Company, 67 north of Newport, with a sales tax paid on many of the models at George Kell Motors. Dairy Queen, great food, great DQ treats. Doc Hawk and Company at Dairy Queen in Newport. Newport. White River Ambulance, the opening of their new facility just days away. Dwayne Kirker and company at White River Ambulance, the new facility on North Pecan Street in Newport. Greyhounds get the first crack at the football. And it's nerve time. You see the Greyhound kick receiving bunch getting ready to go.
But I said it on the Friday morning breakfast bunch show that this Newport Greyhound football team is primed and ready. Coach Black had told me on Thursday night that this may be the most prepared that a Newport Greyhound football team has been. One thing you've got to always consider is the unexpected. Always expect the unexpected, and that can always cause a big momentum swing. Newport needs something good to happen early.
Well, they're having to come into the Leopard Den. It won't be easy. Newport is about a one-touchdown favorite. The Greyhounds are ranked number 1 in AAA, despite the midseason loss to Osceola. The Seminoles were then defeated by the Wynn Yellow Jackets. Malvern has won 6 straight, and they've won them impressively. They are a big physical football team. They have some team speed, and they think here in Malvern this is for the state championship. These guys haven't seen Osceola. The boot is deep and into the end zone, and Newport will start at the 20-yard line. Well, that's always a momentum builder for the kicking team when you can start the other guy at the 20. Greyhounds first down at the 20-yard line. Bill Keaty said he thought on a good weather night that the Hounds could throw the football against Malvern. They have been tough against the run. They were an easy victor over Crossett last week, 27-8 in the opening round, while the Hounds beat Siloam Springs 27-3 at Newport. First down, you see the Hounds at their 20, moving right to left. Henderson, straight handoff, left side, and the ball is loose, fumbled, and Malvern recovers it. That's not the way you want to start the football game, is it? So the Hounds did the one thing that you don't want to do. As prepared as you can be, as prepared as you get, you fumble, you lose all the momentum on the first play of the game. Let me tell you what, David Black, the key series of the football game right here.
Well, Bud, we said, it's just like I had mentioned, you prepare, you're ready to play, you don't want anything like that to happen, and it does happen. Hound defense got to come alive right here.
So the Leopards with the big break, they get the ball at the 17-yard line of the Greyhounds. 11:39 to go first quarter. What a terrible break for Newport. A reverse play, and that looks like a touchdown. It is a touchdown on the first play for Malvern. Well, this may be a long, long night. Malvern recovers a fumble and then run a reverse untouched 17 yards for the touchdown to lead 6-0. I don't care how prepared you are, you don't get prepared for that. And the extra point attempt coming by the Leopards. Oh, is that about as easy as you can get? Bad snap, but he gets the kick in the air. He's missed only one this year and hits this one. We played 34 seconds, and Malvern leads 7-0. Our telecast is brought to you in part by Lakeside Chevrolet. A new group of cars and trucks, S-trucks, full-size trucks, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, regular cab, extended cab. Ron Wallace and crew have them at Lakeside Chevrolet on Malcolm Avenue in Newport. Premier Video reminds you that this coming Saturday morning, not this morning, but this coming Saturday morning, if you're watching on Tuesday night, Saturday after Thanksgiving, a big sidewalk sale over at Premier Video. Great gift ideas for Christmas at Premier Video, Pratt Square. And a great place to start is ASU BB Newport, Victory Boulevard at the Airbase. ASU BB Newport, spring semester right around the corner.
Okay, we were just kidding. We were not going to play the first 30 seconds. We're going to start the ball game here, but we just give them the big advantage, give them the early 7-0 lead.
It's hard to overcome against a team that's capable of winning a state championship. The only thing it might do is get Malvern a little at ease and relaxed a bit. Newport fumbled the first play, and then on one play, Malvern's into the end zone. Hounds field this at the 13. 20-yard line, some running room for Tate. Across the 25 and at about the 26-yard line. Mark it to 27, first down Newport. Hounds with a little better field position. We played 41 seconds. Malvern leads 7-0. Newport fumbled the first play. Malvern recovered, and then on their first offensive play went 17 yards on a reverse for the score. First down, Newport trailing 7-0. Option play. Henderson keeps it. Henderson cuts up. Henderson, a nice gain of about 8 or 9. Across the 30 to about the 35, 36-yard line. Pickup of 9 for Victor. Second down and a long 1. 10:40 remaining. First quarter just underway, but Malvern already leads 7-0. Out of the I formation. Straight handoff. Couple of yard gain. First down to the 40-yard line. Hounds will have to, as they say, stick to the knitting. Don't panic. 7-0 Malvern. Newport with the ball at the 39-yard line. First down.
Right there in the left-hand corner of your screen, bud, you see all the Malvern football players coming over. They've got a guy that's injured that was just standing there. I don't know just exactly what's wrong with him. Looks like an ankle.
He's going to require some assistance to leave the playing field. 7-0 Leopards have scored quickly. Newport set them up with a fumble on the first play. Malvern, I don't think they've given up more than 1 touchdown in their last 6 ball games.
But that's Carlos Cannon. He's their nose guard. And in the film that I watched this past week, I thought he was their best defensive ball player. He was a 5'11", 230-pound nose guard, quick as a cat, and he's out of the ball game. That'll help the ground.
At their own 39, Newport with the football. Handoff left side. Robinson finds a nice hole to the 44. Close to the 45-yard line. Hounds gain about 5 on the carry. 2nd and 5. No need to panic, but you sure hate to find yourself down 7-0 in the early going when you made a major boo-boo. And the Hounds made a major boo-boo. Skelton in motion to the top of your picture. Option play this way. They leave it inside. Short yardage to the 45, 46-yard line. Third down and a long 3. Closer to 4 for the Greyhounds. Newport at their 46, trailing 7-0. 9:25 to go. First quarter. Malvern with all the momentum, the quick early strike after the Newport turnover. Third down play, option play. Henderson has to give ground. Victor in trouble trying for the first, won't get it. Fourth down for the Hounds at the 49-yard line, and Bill Keaty's bunch will have to kick it to the Malvern Leopards. And the Hounds will kick this football. Newport will kick on fourth down and about 1.5. The kicking team's not out there yet, but the Hounds are going to kick the ball. I'm telling you, the Greyhounds are going to kick the football. 8:40 to go. Motion. They're not going to kick the ball. You believe it? Henderson gets the first down and then some. I don't believe it. To the 47-yard line of Malvern.
But 2 schools of thought. You gave Malvern the big break, gave him the fumble. Bill Keaty's offense needed something good to happen for this football team. Now then, it's one of those things where you think if something good happens, fantastic. You can go and maybe drive it to over 47 yards and score. If it doesn't happen, Malvern, great field position. So 2 schools of thought. I like Coach Keaty's thinking on that one.
I don't believe it. I like it now. Who doesn't? If you're a Greyhound fan. But Victor with a little second effort to get the first down at the 47 of the Leopards. And Bill Keaty not wanting to give Malvern a chance to go up by 2 touchdowns, but if you fail to make that tough 1.5 yards, then you give them great field position. It's a gamble. You roll the dice and see what happens. And this time the Hounds rolled the point, what they needed. Henderson fakes in, looks, throws. It is a great catch by Reardon at the 36-yard line, the 35-yard line. A sliding catch by Gordo.
But that's Victor Henderson of old. He didn't have the great ball game throwing last week, but that time Reardon just on a quick out pattern, about a 12, 15-yard out pattern, and Henderson was true to form as he rifled the ball right into Reardon.
7:50 to go, first quarter. Hounds trail 7-0, moving the ball at the 36-yard line of the Malvern Leopards. Split receiver to the bottom left in your corner of your screen. Straight handoff. Robinson will get 3 to about the 33-yard line, 32-yard line perhaps. Pickup of 3. About 4, 2nd and 6 for the Hounds. Newport trying to get back to even. Boy, what a break for Malvern in the early going. Hounds on 2nd and 6. Victor option play, pitches the ball to Brown. Brown gets inside. Brown to the 29-yard line. Timmy ahead to the 28-yard line with great effort. It'll be 3rd down. The Hounds are going to need about 2.5 to 3 for the first down. 6:45 to go, opening quarter. Radio Shack, Newport Electronics, 67 North. Great gift-giving ideas for the holidays. Practically all of their electronics on sale. See the pains at Radio Shack. And Arkansas's best pizza, it's always available at U.S. Pizza Company. Jack Austin and Cruz, 67 North, 3rd and 3. Hounds have to gain inside the 31 for the first. Robinson straight ahead, has the first down with second effort inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Hounds with a solid drive here after all the momentum change in the first series. Of course, David, if you come back and score here, you're right back where you started, except you're kicking the ball to them. The only thing that's changed is Malvern would have the ball in a tie ball game to start it again.
I'd like to be even.
Let's get even. 6:05 to go, first quarter. Hounds first down at the 29 of Malvern. Tim Brown, left side, won't get much, breaks the tackle and drives ahead for a couple before he's thrown back. 2-yard gain for Brown. 2nd and 8, Greyhounds. These guys are big and strong up inside, tough to run against. Hounds will have to throw the ball some. They've had one nice pass play in this drive. At the 22-yard line. Handoff, and Robinson to the 20. Just inside it. 3rd down. Hounds need about 5 on 3rd down. They, of course, are in 4-down territory. Sims checks into the offensive group. 3rd and 5 with 5 minutes to go, first quarter, 7-0 Malvern. Skelton in motion. Henderson, option play. Victor cuts up. Victor hit and dropped. He didn't get much there. It'll be 4th down, and the Hounds aren't going to punt, but they have to think about either a long field goal or going for it here on 4th and 4. Those are the two options. And the offside play is always a possibility. 4th and 4. Hounds have to go inside the 15. The ball's at the 19-yard line. No offside play here. Yeah, maybe they jumped. Did they get in the neutral zone? Did not. They sent Skelton in motion, and he stopped, and they tried to run the offside play. Malvern jumped, but apparently not enough into the neutral zone, and Bill Keaty will come out to talk to his troops facing a 4th and 4.
Well, but I don't know what you can call on 4th and 4. Victor threw the football the one time, a good pass to Reardon. A long way. You've got to go wide with something, I think, or either throw the football.
4:15 remaining, first quarter, 7-0. The Leopards have the early lead after recovering a Newport fumble on Newport's first play at the 17. Then running a little reverse play for a 17-yard touchdown as the man went in untouched. Bill Keaty on 4th and 4, visiting with his ball club. The entire Malvern defensive unit has come to the near sideline to visit with the Malvern coaching staff. 7-0 Leopards as they get a huge break early. And Newport will have to overcome that on the road in the state quarterfinals. Leopards up 7-0. They won the vaunted AAA Southwest Conference title by beating previously unbeaten Arkadelphia, unbeaten in the conference, 35-7, and an easy win over Crossett last week in the opening round. 4th and 4. If nothing else, the Hounds have managed to gain some field position. 4th and 4. What do you call here? Hatchett is a split receiver to the left. Henderson fakes inside, feels some pressure. Victor has to give ground. Victor turns, throws, incomplete, intended for Tim Brown. He had enough for the first down at the 10-yard line, but the ball was overthrown as Victor was running to his left, trying to get it back to Timmy. So Malvern holds on downs, and it is now up to the Newport defense. Newport unable to make the first down, 4:09 to go, first quarter, 7-0. The Leopards with the lead. Newport will either come home this Friday night and play in the state semifinals, or the season will be concluded after this game. First down for the Leopards, who snapped it one time and raced 17 yards for a touchdown on that play. Here's a handoff to the tailback. Madre Jr. breaks a couple of tackles, and the Hounds surround him at the 20-yard line. That's the kid that wears Madre Hill's number. He's a sophomore, and they call him Madre Jr. I can see why. Gain of a yard to the 20. It is 2nd down and 9 for the Leopards. 3:50 remaining first period. Malvern leads 7-0.
Kid's real name is Sean Mitchell. He's a junior running back for the Leopards.
He's Madre Jr. I hope he isn't. We'll see. Here he comes. They got some blocks out there, but the other guy gets hit. This is not Mitchell. The other running back for a gain of 2 to the 22. Hounds recovered in a hurry when it looked like Malvern had the corner sealed. At the 22-yard line, 3rd down for the Leopards. They're going to need about 6.5. And a flag, procedure against the Leopards. I think Newport will take this play. 3:19 left. Hounds refuse it. Newport needs to hold right here so that they can get some decent field position after a punt. 3rd and 6. Got to go to the 29 for the first down. Ball's at about the 22.5. Tailback, straight up the middle, makes a cut and is tripped up. Woo! And Kendall, I believe, made the tackle and saved a touchdown because he was loose. At the 26-yard line, it's 4th down and 3 for the Leopards, and they better kick it. They're not going for this on 4th and 3. 4th and 3, Malvern at their 26-yard line. Here comes the punting team for the Leopards. Woo! Glad we made that tackle. Now, that guy was going to run to cross it. 4th down. Kendall back at his 40. Wouldn't take this one all the way, would he? Good snap. Nice kick. Kendall at the 44 to the 45 and spun down and dropped back at the 41. First down, Greyhounds with very good field position at the 41-yard line. They're 41. 7-0, the Leopards lead. And the Greyhounds with their second offensive possession, third offensive possession, fumbled on their first play. And that's been the play of the game so far. It set up a quick touchdown for Malvern.
2:05 and the clock moving here in the first quarter. As you said, Bud, Malvern leads 7-0. Third offensive possession for Newport, their best starting field position.
Split back formation for the Greyhounds. Skelton, the blocking back, goes in motion. Here's a quick pitch to Little Ellis. Ellis turns the corner, breaks tackles. Ellis gets about 8. Out to the 48, 49-yard line. Chris Ellis, the freshman, with a pickup of, let's call it 7, to the 48-yard line. Second down and a short 3 for the Greyhounds. Minute and a half remaining first quarter, 7-0 Malvern. This one probably legitimately ought to be 0-0. Hounds gave them an easy chance and they took advantage. 2nd and 3. They hand off to Robinson on the slant play. Won't get the first. He's at midfield, close to it. 3rd down and a yard. Expert Healthcare is close at home at Harris Hospital on McLean Street. They bring the specialists to you with their special clinics at Harris Hospital. Expert Healthcare close at home. 3rd and a yard. Newport with the ball just on their side of the 50. 13 seconds remaining, first quarter, 7-0 Malvern. 3rd down straight ahead, and 1st down yardage for Tim Brown to the 46-yard line of the Leopards, and that's going to be getting close to the end of the first quarter. Got a few seconds to go. Looked up there a minute ago, thought it said 13 seconds. Must have said 43 instead of 13. It's down to 30 seconds now. Hounds with a 1st down at the Malvern 46. Sims is a split receiver just in the upper left-hand corner of your picture. Top of the screen. Option play. Victor trying to get some running room, finds a big hole. Larry McCoy gets out of the way, and Victor has the 1st down to the 30. Junior was looking for somebody to block, and Victor was saying, get out of my way.
Boy, Junior McCoy is just one of those great offensive linemen, Bud, that we have. That's probably going to be the last play of the quarter. Once they move the change, they'll start the clock 6-9 to go 6.9 seconds. But anyway, McCoy was just out there, and he kind of just slowed up and tried to find somebody to hit. Couldn't find anybody. Victor gave him a little push. Said, come on, baby, I'm ready to run.
That is the end of the first quarter with the score Malvern 7 and Newport nothing. We'll flip-flop the field. The Hounds will have it 1st and 10 at the Malvern 30-yard line. The Hounds with another nice drive. 3 times they've had the ball. Twice the Hounds have had pretty good drive. This one's still alive. The other one stopped on downs at the 19 of Malvern. The first time the Hounds touched it, they fumbled. Malvern got the ball, then ran it in on the first play for a touchdown, and that's the difference in the game at the end of 7-0. The Leopards with the lead. The Jackson Funeral Homes of Northeast Arkansas, Newport, Harrisburg, and Newark support the Newport Greyhounds and all local youth in their endeavors, representing our schools and our communities. The Jackson Funeral Homes of Northeast Arkansas. Don't forget that Bob Forrester is now representing Wallace Equipment Company at Fair Oaks. Wallace Equipment Company on Highway 64, Ford, New Holland dealer, all lines of equipment, name brands. Bob Forrester can help you farmers with all of your needs, appraisal service, new equipment, used equipment. Bob Forrester representing Wallace Equipment Company at Fair Oaks. So the Hounds will have it at the 30-yard line of Malvern. Newport's offense spent a lot of time over on the sideline visiting with Coach Bill Keady. Newport's been effective moving the ball and really hasn't opened it up a whole lot. They've run a couple of option plays, thrown the ball just a couple of times. Johnson split, top left. Newport 1st and 10. Robinson will get a yard, maybe 2 before he's spun back. Looked like Victor was maybe a shade late in getting the ball there to Renard on that handoff.
Well, just a little quick hitter inside on a reverse spin, reverse pivot by Victor. Boy, not a lot of blocking up front that time. Short gain, 2nd down and long. You know, a while ago, Bud, Newport was driving the football, and then they had the short gain on 1st down, 2nd long, and they went out on downs.
Hounds trying to keep them honest up inside, make them respect the inside attack. Henderson fakes. Victor wants to throw the ball into the corner. It is incomplete. Hatchett wide open, right in his hands, and dropped it. And there is oh, no, I see what you're telling me. Okay, the Malvern kid who was shaken up earlier in the game is going to be transported by a stretcher off the field. 3rd and 9. Hatchett wide open, and the ball was perfectly thrown.
But you got to make that catch if you're trying to get to the semifinals. You've got to make that kind of catch. A perfect pass by Victor.
So it's now 3rd and 9, and the Greyhounds in danger of seeing this drive stall on 3rd and 9. The pitch is to Ellis. Ellis won't get much, nothing. 4th and 9. Ellis trying to run the sweep to the corner. Nothing there, and he lost a yard, or about 4th and 9.5. And the Hounds at the 29-yard line. We've just started the second quarter, 10:55 to go. The Hounds moving the ball between the 20s, but finding it tough going down in Malvern's end of the field. Twice the Hounds have been down there, and now twice, once they've been stopped, now they're looking at a 4th and long. David, you're absolutely right. You cannot fumble on the first play from scrimmage. You just can't give up a touchdown on their first play, and you got to catch the routine pass against quality teams like this. Hounds have not executed so far. Victor rolling left. Throws it, intended for Kendall on the run. That's got to be a flag. Nope, no flag, and it's incomplete. Looked to me like he might have got bumped a little and tackled before the ball got there, but it's incomplete. Malvern holds again. So Hounds try to hit Kendall down in the left corner of the end zone. So Malvern takes over 1st and 10 as the Newport offense is unable to capitalize. 10:27 to go, first half. And Malvern still leads it 7-0. Two pretty good AAA football teams, but the Greyhounds unable to take advantage of a couple of decent chances. Give Malvern's defense credit. They just stopped us. Quarterback on the draw play, gaping hole. The Hounds finally close it. Not till he gets out to the 34-yard line on the quick hitter. Boy, that thing opened up in a hurry, but the Hound defense did close it down after a gain of about 5. 2nd and 5 at the 34 of Malvern. They've got the football, and they lead 7-0. Second quarter, 10 minutes left. Malvern with the advantage and the ball. Blocking back right behind the right guard. Big guy. And hit and dropped in the backfield is the Hounds. LaRon Gillespie and Michael Brand and Renard Robinson all coming through on defense to make the hit for a loss of a yard. 3rd and 6. Leopards don't throw it a lot. What did I see? Well, they've only thrown 31 passes all year in 11 games, so averaging less than 3 per game. Wide receiver to the top of the screen, draws one-on-one coverage from Hatchett. Quarterback lobs it over the middle. It is incomplete and almost intercepted by Hatchett. Oh, boy, the Hounds can't buy a break. We have had everything go against us here in the first quarter in 3 minutes.
You know, Malvern's last 2 times with the football offensively, it's 3 plays and punt, but so the defense after the first bad play come back and played strong. Newport's offense has driven the football between the 30s, between the 20s, and just come up short. Hounds need to try to put a drive together right here. Kendall could get good field position, ought to receive the punt about the 35-yard line.
It's been a frustrating first quarter and 3 minutes for the Hounds. Drop passes, drop possible interceptions, fumble. This is a nice spiraling kick. Kendall back to his 32-yard line, giving ground. Dropped at the 29. Roberts minus 9 yards on 2 punt returns, trying to find that wall, trying to make something happen. Back at the 29, first down Newport. 9:06 to go, first half. 7-0 Malvern. Hounds have moved the ball and have a lot more offensive yards than Malvern does.
But in the first quarter, the Hounds had 78 to Malvern's 26.
3 times as much yardage for the Greyhounds, but Newport trails 7-0. Everybody in tight except one wide out. Victor fakes inside. Henderson out here to Brown. Brown with the catch at the 30. Tim Brown to the 35. Tim Brown to the 38-yard line. Close to a first down, but about a yard shy. Hounds run the little screen out to Brown. Pickup of 9. 2nd and 1, Greyhounds. 8:35, 8:37 it is, remaining first half. 7-0 Leopards. Now they're bringing the chains out to measure this. I never did see them call timeout, and Hounds didn't hear them call timeout. Hounds are in the huddle and coming up to the line of scrimmage, and here comes the chain gang. And it is A yard short, just like we said. Now, why are they measuring this? Do y'all know? Second down and a solid yard. 8:37 remaining, first half. Newport winning the statistic battle, but losing on the scoreboard, 7-0. It's by more than a yard, about a yard and a half the Hounds need, but it's just second down. Wally, why did we measure that? I don't know either. The referees needed a breather. Take a break. 7-0. Malvern with the lead. Newport has been moving the chains here in the first half, but not scoring. That's going to change, though. The handoff is to Renard Robinson for the first down and about 3 more. Pickup of close to 5 for Renard. Moves it to the 43-yard line. First down, Greyhounds. Well, the Malvern defense the last 6 games have been tough. David, I think most games they've given up only 1 touchdown or less in their last 6.
For the last 6 ball games, they've just played tremendous defensively, bud.
They got a great break early, and it's the difference in the game, 7-0. Option play, Henderson. Henderson being chased, hit, and run down from behind for no gain. Maybe a gain of 1. Linebacker coming through or the safety. And when he can outrun your quarterback up there, he's pretty quick. Victor got a yard to the 44. 2nd and 9. Each time on the last 3 series that the Hounds have come up with very little yardage on first down, that was the series that killed the drive. Here we go again, 2nd and 9. 7:43 to go in the half. A fast-moving football game. 7-0 Malvern. 2nd and 9. Henderson fakes inside. Option play. Cuts up. Won't get a whole lot. About 3 or 4 to most to the 48-yard line. 3rd down and 6 for the Hounds. And Newport has had trouble on 3rd in these long situations. Of course, you got to remember, playing against a pretty good football team. Fine defensive football team for Malvern. Well, what we've seen so far defensively, it ought to be 0-0, but the Hounds made a crucial error on their first play of the game and still have not been able to overcome it yet and even get even. 7 minutes left, first half. Straight handoff and first down on the straight give to the 46-yard line is Brown. Tim Brown off left tackle. The best off tackle play of the night.
But I think you got to get Tim a little bit more involved in the offense right here. He's just real good on quick hitting. Got an offensive line that can come out, make a little contact, and give Tim a little room to maneuver.
First down, Newport at the 46 of the Leopards. 6:45 to go in the first half. 7-0 Malvern. The loser calls it a season. The winner lives to play Friday night in the state semifinals. Option play, Henderson cuts up, will get about 2 or 3 inside the 45 to the 44, gain of 2. Well, I know this, the Malvern defense got to be getting a little tired because they've been out there the entire first half. Newport's had the ball the entire first half. Malvern just hasn't done much at all offensively except the 117-yard run.
But they've had 7 offensive plays in the first half. 3 and out, and 1 touchdown.
Newport has dominated the stats. It's unbelievable, incredible, yet Malvern leads 7-0.
But the Hound defense have held them to only 30 yards, and 17 of those coming on the touchdown run.
2nd down and 9 after they rule Victor down at the 45. Option play, inside, pitches the ball on the corner. Brown has some running room. Tim Brown is hammered down at the 38-yard line. It'll be 3rd down, but the Hounds will need only about 3 for the first. Hounds pitching the ball on the corner. Haven't seen a lot of that this year.
But they worked on it all week long, and they were real crisp in their offensive play selection, as Coach Keedy called it, and calling Victor's selection. He's got to select to either give it to the fullback coming in or pitch it on the corner or keep it. So his choices have been real good during practice this week, and we've seen a lot of good choices tonight.
5:10 left. First half, 3rd down and 4. Hounds on the quick hitter and not anything there. Tried to run a quick trap or slant play inside and won't gain anything. 4th down, maybe give him a yard. 4th and a long 3. Newport just unable on the critical 3rd and 4th down plays to move it against this vaunted Leopard defense. 4th down and 3, and Malvern has stopped us all the entire first half on these 4th down plays. 3rd, 4th down attempt for the Hounds. Hounds run the offside play. Malvern does not jump. Timeout asked for by the Greyhounds. 4:28 to go in the first half. 7-0. The Leopards have the lead. Our telecast presented in part by Modern Woodmen of America, the Larry Jordan District. Agents David Howard and Brenda Ward Williams on South State Street in Newport. They appreciate your business, all types of life insurance from Modern Woodmen of America. And if you're one of those in the market for a new Nissan car or truck, the place in Arkansas to go is Mike Baker Nissan in Searcy. I want this deal. Exit 44 off the interstate at Searcy. Call 1-800-YES-BAKER. Mike Baker Nissan in Searcy. Farmers Equipment Company in Tuckerman is your Ford New Holland dealer, and Galen Gardner says we've got a great lease program, folks, on those Ford 70 Series Genesis tractors, the Innovators. Talk to Galen and crew about a great lease program at Farmers Equipment Company, 67 South Tuckerman. 4th and 3 at the 38 of the Leopards. And the Hounds on 4th down plays are 1 out of 4. Made a first down from their own 47 on 4th and 2, and then have been stopped 3 other times on 4th down. Good defensive team when you can't make 10 against them in 4 yards. Tim Brown trying for it, spinning, and look at that effort. Tim Brown is loose, and Tim Brown's gone for a touchdown. Tim Brown with unbelievable effort. He would not be denied not only the first down, but just kept going into the end zone. And there is a flag on the play. Hold everything, they're going to bring it back. Holding against Newport. So it is 4th down and long. What an effort by Tim Brown. But all for naught. The Hounds are guilty of holding from the 30-yard line where they called it back to the 40. So it's 4th down and 4.
Remarkable run by Timmy Brown. He was stopped. He was fighting. The Hounds are going to have to punt the football now. Oh, boy, what a difference that call makes. How much time's left, bud? I can't see the clock.
4:19 and a half.
4:19 to go. The Hounds are going to have to punt. We had it almost tied up. Had it cut to 7-6. I never did see the flag.
And Malvern leads 7-0. Hounds on 4th and a long 4, about 5 from the 40. Line up in punt formation. And they do kick the football. Off the side of the foot, fielded at the 10-yard line, and got a lot of room out here. And he may be gone to the house, folks. Tim Brown now does make the tackle at the Newport 38-yard line. So Malvern with a great chance now to take a huge advantage as they have great field position. The Newport 37-yard line. And Tim Brown saved the touchdown. They're better off to go for it, as it turns out. Well, this is one of those games where the Hounds won't get a break. They haven't had one all night, people. Everything has gone wrong. And still Newport trails only 7-0, as number 4, Tim Brown, leaves the game defensively. Look in, fade pass. It is caught. Down inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So Malvern threatens to come close to putting it away, the way their defense is playing. Now, they score here, it's tough to win, folks, on the road, because their defense is playing great football. And they're at the 13-yard line of the Greyhounds, first down, and they feel it. 7-0 Leopards. Tailback, hit and stuffed right there. Carson leading the attack. Well, they're certainly in chip shot field goal range. Their extra point kickers missed only one all year. Well, it's almost a guaranteed 3-point effort for Malvern. 3:20 to go, first half. And they lead 7-0 and have the Hounds on the ropes at the Newport 14-yard line. 2nd 11. Hounds need a break. Haven't had one yet. Quarterback flag being chased, throws. This ball is caught for, or they ruled it incomplete. It is ruled to touchdown, but there is a flag on the play.
Illegal motion against Malvern. They had two guys in motion that never got set.
It is motion, David just said. Well, the Hounds defensively back there in the secondary, I don't know if they saw the flag or what, but Robert, I believe it was Robert, never broke on the ball at all. He stood there and let the kid in Malvern catch it.
Big break for the Hounds right then, bud. 2:58 to play in the half.
7-0 Malvern. 5-yard penalty moves it back to the 19-yard line. 2nd down and 15. 7-0 Leopards with less than 3 minutes to go in the half. And they threaten. Quarterback being chased, breaks that tackle, squares up, fires down the middle. It is tipped away by Kendall. Great defensive play by Robert. 3rd down and 15. 2:52 left. 7-0 Leopards. They have honestly had about every break you can come up with. The Hounds did get a break on that penalty a moment ago, but sooner or later you get to thinking things will even up a little bit. Can the Hounds hold off a great football team like Malvern, though, with all this going against them? Quarterback rolling left, wants to throw, fires it short. It is complete to the 9-yard line. It's well short of the first down. They'll have a decision to kick the field goal, and I think that's what they would probably do. Let's see. Maybe not. At about the 9-yard line, it is 4th down and 5. Got to go to the 4. Now at 2:28 to go, it looks like they're going to go for it here. I thought as good as their extra point kicker was, they might take the sure 3. Got to watch the offside play. They can run it. 4th and 5. Got to go to the 4-yard line. Critical play. Here's the reverse for another touchdown. Second time they've run that for a score. And both times the Hounds have been lost. And it's 13-0. And it's going to be a tough second half for the Hounds, folks. Same play they ran earlier for the touchdown, and he come right back, and Newport's not any closer to him this time. 13-0 with the extra point attempt coming. 2:08 left. Well, that must be a new wrinkle they put in. This ball's right through there. So the Hounds' dream of getting back to the finals and facing perhaps an Osceola team is in big jeopardy, folks, with 2:08 to go in the first half. Malvern dominating on the scoreboard. Newport dominating the stats. 14-0 Leopards. It's a lot to overcome.
14-0, Bud, and Malvern has had one first down on the night. They got it on that drive. You know, the first play scored for 17 yards. That drive started at the 37-yard line. They got a first down, you know, inside the 15-yard line, and then one first down, leading 14-0.
But it's the Malvern defense that has been the big story here. They have stopped Newport when they had to. Newport's moved the ball between the 20s. Had a touchdown call back on a holding penalty. Newport punting on 4th and 5. Had been going for those 4th down attempts and had been stymieing Malvern on offense. But the Hounds punt. They get a great return back to the Newport 37, and doesn't take long from there. And on 4th down and 5, the Leopards convert for the score. And they kick off, and that's another boomer. Down inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. Kendall will come back up the middle across the 25. and then stopped at the 25. 14-0, the Leopards have the lead, and they're comfortable with the way they're playing defense. Anything can happen. This has been a strange football game. Well, we're used to them in the playoffs. Last 2 or 3 years, we've had some. Like last year in the quarterfinals, Newport made 512 yards, and Watson Chapel made 107. And Chapel won 38-35. Pretty similar story so far in the first half. Hounds 100 yards of offense, Malvern about 40. Tim Brown running hard across the 40 to the 44-yard line, but the Hounds don't have enough time to get it that way. 1:37 remaining. Going to have to throw the football if they're going to score before the first half ends here, I do believe. Malvern's quality football team. Their defense is just tough against the run.
But they're very, very quick. They've got a great big football team, and, they're solid at the defensive front seven. We thought coming in they might be a little weak in the secondary, but hadn't had a lot of great opportunities to throw the football. Really hadn't needed to till it was 3rd and 8, and that's too late.
14-0 Malvern with 1:20 to go in the first half, and Victor will try to throw it. And he'll double pump and be hit and dropped. Nobody open. Hounds have got 2 receivers out. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders covering 2 guys. And Victor's protection breaks down and he gets sacked. They're covering 6 on 2. So we got 8 blocking 5, and they sack the quarterback. Woo! 2nd and 13. That's not good. 48 seconds to go first half. 14-0 Leopards. Brown will make a nice gain of about 7 or 8 yards to the 48-yard line. And a timeout asked for, I believe. The official stopped the clock. Did the Hounds call the timeout? Yes, they did. 37 seconds remaining. 14-0 Leopards. Tone for this one was set on the first 2 plays. And it may be that the Hounds could never recover from the first 2 plays of the game. It's gone downhill since then. 14-0 Malvern. But I've seen Bill Keady go in that dressing room at halftime and work some miracles, and he'll have to come up with one of his better ones here tonight. B&R Marine and Cycle says, come ride with us, Eugene Johnson and crew. The new 96 Hondas, the all-terrain vehicles, the ATVs, they got them. Plenty of financing available and a big selection at B&R Marine and Cycle in Batesville. 14-0. Malvern with the lead. And they have already taken a huge step in beating the number 1 AAA team in the state. And the Hounds up over the football with a 3rd down and 5. If you don't make it here, you got to punt to these guys. And they can return them, as we've seen. Quick sweep to Tim Brown. Brown to the 50 and is short of the 1st down. Malvern, too much speed. They have too much defensive speed, and the Hounds are going to have a great deal of difficulty scoring.
But they do. They close, and closing means when there's a gap that the Newport Greyhound running backs can get into. What's Newport quickly lining up right here? What we're going to do here.
13 seconds to go on 4th down. Henderson straight back. Henderson throwing it for Sims. Sims is there, makes the catch at the 18-yard line, but there's 3.5 seconds to go. And the Hounds with only 3.5 seconds left, and I don't think we've got a timeout, do we? When they set the change, they'll throw the football, I believe, or start the clock. There goes the clock, down to 2. You better snap it, and they throw it, but down to 0.2 seconds. So the Hounds will get 1 play from the 18-yard line. 14-0. Malvern has the lead. Hounds will run 1 pass play into the end zone. With the Leopards up 14-0. Newport fumbled on the first play. Malvern scored on their first play after the fumble. Hounds have been trying to hang on since then. They trail 14-0. Last play of the first half, and Henderson will drop straight back. Henderson will be hit and dropped at the 25-yard line. And when the Malvern defense has had to do it, they have dominated inside their 30-yard line. And they lead 14-0. And I didn't think anybody could stuff the Newport offense when they had to like these guys have done. Hounds have moved the ball, David, but I am absolutely flabbergasted and shocked that Malvern could do this.
Well, but their defense has played great, and they played great after Newport had moved the football somewhat. They played great on first down. They limited Newport to a gain of less than 2 yards. And second, third, and 8, so on and so forth, is very, very hard to make. I think we'll look at statistics. Statistically, the Newport Greyhounds are going to have a lot more yards, a lot more first down. Malvern has with one first down, but they lead it where it counts on the scoreboard. The 2 scoring drives, one started at the 17 after the fumble on the first play of the ball game, and then when Newport had a chance to either punt or go for it, we elected a punt. They run it down to the 37, get a first down and score. So Malvern leads in the football game 14-0 right now, with not a lot of offense, but man, they play that
Jackson's
defense.
Funeral Home and the Jackson family have been serving our friends and neighbors in Jackson County during some of the most difficult times of their lives for nearly 60 years. We believe the highest standard of care is achieved when people are given the tools needed to make the most informed decision for the benefit of their family. For us, there's no greater honor than to care for our friends and our neighbors in their time of need. The Jackson's Funeral Homes, the 1900 block of Malcolm Avenue in Newport, phone number 870-523-5822.
Then they're going to have Malvern help them with another one and then hold Malvern out of the end zone. It's not over yet, David, but it's a lot taller order than anybody should be expected to overcome in a quarterfinal round of the playoffs at the other guy's house.
Well, Bud, the one thing that the Hounds have to do, and I know that Coach Keaty told the kids at halftime, is just remain calm. We're still in the ball game. He thought our football team was a little anxious in the first half. Thought even running the offense that we were trying to possibly go for a big play when plays are designed sometimes to get 5 and 6 yards. And so, he's told his troops that we're going to win the football game, but you got to have a good defensive stand right here. Key, obviously, is the kickoff right here. Newport's going to have a big break to win the football game.
Well, you make those breaks. Malvern, in case you joined us late, on the first play of the game, Newport fumbled at their own 17-yard line. On the second play of the game, Malvern ran their first offensive play of the game and ran in 17 yards on reverse for a touchdown. Hounds got stopped 4 times on fourth down. Hatchett had a pass that looked like intercepted, and he couldn't run for a long way, couldn't hold on. Jeremy dropped one. We had Tim Brown break for a touchdown run. It was called back for a holding penalty. Hounds just unable to capitalize on opportunities and unable to get a break at the right time, have something out of the usual go their way, while Malvern's had a lot of unusual things go their way. 175 total yards for Newport in the first half, 76 for Malvern. 1 first down for the Leopards in the first half, and they lead 14-0. And we said it when it happened that when the Hounds fumbled and the Leopards got the ball, it maybe the most critical series of the game, and so far that has turned out to be the most critical series of the game. It is the difference of margin. That's all the Leopards needed at first play. They lead now 14-0, and the Hounds have to play as good a half of football as any Newport team has ever played. Tall order. Wally Steen reminded me a moment ago of a couple of years ago at Osceola when the Hounds came roaring out and outscored them 35-0. There's a squib kick fielded at the 30 and down at the 32-yard line. So Malvern starts at their 32. They haven't driven the ball a lot. 1 first down. Ran 17 yards for 1 touchdown and then got the ball to Newport 38 on a great kick return to set up their other touchdown, which they scored on 4th and 5 from the 9-yard line. So the Hound defense will be called upon here to get the football. First down Leopards as we're just underway, third quarter, 14-0 Malvern. And the give to the fullback, and he'll get a couple. He's hammered hard at the 34-yard line. At the half Friday night, Morrilton was leading Watson Chapel 14-7. The winner of this game will host the winner of the Morrilton-Watson Chapel game Friday night. Loser of this game, their season ends. David Alpey of the Malvern Leopards looking for his 200th career victory. Bill Keady looking for career victory 199. Alpey's taken 30 years to do it. Bill's in his 22nd year. Sweep this side, got some running room, makes a nice cut, and it's hit hard at the 40-yard line and driven down by Tim Brown. Short of the first down, 3rd down and 2. 3rd and 2, and a big play for the Hound defense as the Leopards have it 3rd and 2 at their 40. Well, what a tackle by Tim Brown. 10:43 to go. 3rd quarter. Leopards could eat up a couple of 3 more minutes here if they can get this first down. 14-0 Malvern. 3rd down and 2. Hounds bunch it in tight. Here's the sweep this way. He's got the first down plus some to the 45. First down and only the second of the night for the Malvern Leopards. But now with 10:25 to go, they'll be able to run it down to the 8-minute mark here just by snapping it 4 times. And they lead 14-0, and they have already reestablished field position. A 35-yard punt from right there puts the Hounds back to their 20. Newport's got to have a break, trailing 14-0. Quarterback on the lob pass, and this one is incomplete. Overthrown. Hatchett with as good a coverage as you can have out there. For 99 years, the John Minor Company has served folks in Jackson County and Northeast Arkansas. They got to be taking care of their clients. You should be one of their clients. All types of insurance, a great business package, farm package, quality real estate representation. The John Minor Company on Walnut Street in downtown Newport. 2nd and 10. There's that reverse, fumbled it, picked it up, kicked it, got it back. Hounds needed that break, couldn't get it. Still the Hounds failed to get a break. But a big loss on the play. That kid mistaked it twice. He dropped it twice, should have fallen on it the first time, tried to pick it up. Back to the 34-yard line, so on 3rd down and long, the Hounds at least gained some field position. 9:38 to go. I think Malvern got a little over anxious there on that play. 3rd quarter, 14-0, Leopards lead. Hounds absolutely must stop them here on 3rd and 20. 3rd and 21. Quarterback has lots of time, throws, it is caught, he is hit, he breaks the tackle, he's hit again and finally knocked down at the 46 of the Greyhounds, short of the first down. And Malvern will punt it, and they should be able to pin Newport rather deep. So he said from right here, a 35-yard punt, puts them back down inside the 20. Well, the Hounds with a chance. I think I smell something burning and don't know what it is. Hope it's not us. Something burning somewhere, folks. Check all the equipment. 4th down, and the Leopards to punt it. Kendall back at his 20. Good snap, plenty of time, and a booming spiral. Kendall to the 16, giving ground. And hammered down at the 20. So the Hounds with 80 or 81 yards to go with 8.5 minutes left. Yeah, we're here in the press box and we smell something burning and don't have had something outside. Okay, thank you. As long as it's not Wally's camera, our TV monitor. Hounds at the 20, 80 yards away, down 14-0. Wow, we got a long way to go. Taylor Ford, Taylor Chrysler, you don't have to go a long way to get a great deal there. 96 models, remaining 95s, they got them, whatever it takes. And remember, you still got time to get a dream vacation from the Taylor dealerships with the purchase of any new or used vehicle during November. They'll send you on a great vacation at Taylor Ford, Taylor Chrysler. 1st and 10, and the Hounds running a reverse pass, and the man is triple covered, and this ball ought to be intercepted. I don't know what's going on there. Hounds try to run the halfback or reverse, flanker reverse pass, and Kendall goes up the left side of the field. The ball's on the right side. 3 Malvern defenders close to it. Fortunately, it fell incomplete and short. 2nd and 10 from the 20. Well, the Hounds pulling out all the stops right here. Down 14-0. With 8:06 left in the third quarter. Time critical already. Hand off to Brown. Brown will pop it into the secondary and get tripped up after the first down at the 31-yard line. Tim lacked by half a step, getting another 10, 20, 30, or maybe 60 yards. But it's been that kind of night for the Hounds. Frustrating. Always a half step away, it seems like. Gain of 12 for Timmy. 1st and 10 Hounds. The clock working against Newport. 7:55 to go, third quarter. 14-0 Leopards. That was the halftime score. The give is to Robinson. Bernard finds a nice hole off left end. Across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Pick up a 5 for Robinson. I know everyone's saying the old adage, stick to your knitting. He got 6 on the play. Be patient. But you keep watching that clock, and it's hard to be patient, especially if you're the guy over there calling the plays. 7:18 in the clock moving third quarter. 14-0 Malvern. Gain of 6, 2nd, 4 Newport at the 38-yard line. Robinson, nice hole up inside to the 45. Malvern defense, which has been on the field the entire game, might be a little tired.
Well, Bud, and you might say, and I've heard people, ask this in that same situation. They say, well, isn't your offense just as tired as their defense? No, they're not, because they have the great advantage of knowing the snap count and knowing when to react. And it is a big advantage as far as how much energy you expel after the play starts.
And Newport ran 37 plays in the first half to Malvern's 13. Handoff, Robinson again to midfield, a gain of another 5. But the Hounds started at their 20.
Clock moving, 6:43 remaining here in the third quarter. The clock not really a factor right now, but the Hounds have got to put points on the board this quarter.
6:35 and counting. 2nd down and about 5 needed, 5.5 from midfield for the Greyhounds. Newport's moved the ball all night long, but nothing to show for it. Down 14-0. Needs something to happen. Run reverse to Ellis, and he's in trouble. Tripped up for a loss of 1. 3rd and 6. And Ellis is shaken up. The 9th grader, Chris Ellis, is down. And Newport assistants out to help Chris Ellis, who hopefully just had the wind knocked out of him. 3rd and 6 Newport at their 49-yard line. Hounds just trying to be methodical. Have moved the ball 30 yards on the ground here, but half of the third quarter is gone. 6:08 left. Ellis still down, as you can see. Chris went airborne, and I'm hopeful maybe just got the wind knocked out of him. Let's wait and see. Now Coach Bill Keady will be coming into your picture from the top of the screen in just a moment. Chris Ellis being helped up, and now he's going to have to be helped off. They're going to maybe some type of knee or ankle, or so a loss to the Greyhounds as they will miss Ellis's speed. Carried the ball a couple of times in the first half. 3rd and 6. David Black says the Hounds to win it, we must score in the third quarter. Well, we got a tough old play right here. 3rd down and 6 from our 49. That is Sims at the top of the picture, flanked out there. On 3rd and 6. Option play, and Victor pursued. Victor going to be hit and drop for no gain. Just tremendous pursuit by Malvern, and it's 4th and 6. Newport should punt the football, one would think, but then you'd think they got to go for it. So, tough call for the Greyhounds, and the kicking team comes into the game on 4th and 6. A long time since we've been shut out, hasn't it? I'm trying to think. When was the last time? Been a spell, but Malvern is well on their way with 5 minutes and change left, third quarter, and they're about to get the ball. They lead Newport 14-0. Now, David, for your theory to come true, we better get a big break. That big break we got to have better come here in the next couple of minutes. The Hounds are going to give up the ball. Hounds ask for and receive a timeout. And Coach Bill Keady is going to put his offense back in the game. Well, it's do or die right here. It's gamble. This is a football game right here, I think, folks. Hounds make this first to keep the drive alive. If not, you give Malvern tremendous field position to 50. They can make a first down and dominate field position the rest of the way, barring a turnover. So I think Coach Keady is going to gamble here. Although Reardon is in the game, he's the punter, and Henderson goes out. So now maybe the Hounds are going to kick it. Newport talking it over. Ball at midfield, 4th and 5. Payless Sales and Rentals inside the Newport Village Mall for the holiday season. Want to spruce up the home? Rent it, lease it, buy it. Name brands available from Teresa and crew. Teresa says, come on in to Payless inside the Newport Village Mall. They've got it for the holiday season. Hounds are going to punt. We've had some tough decisions to make in the kicking game. Nice spiral. Well, hit at the 20 and goes out of bounds at looks like about the 14-yard line. So Malvern with poor field position, and the Hounds need that break. 4:57 to go. Got to get a turnover.
You got to get a turnover here, bud, and be no better opportune time than to get one right here. Ball, 14-yard line, they're going to call it officially. Great punt by Reardon, and he punted the football out of bounds, which was a key. Come on, Hounds.
1st and 10, Malvern. Any type of score ices it for the Leopards. Hounds have Malvern in their worst field position of the night. Newport, at the very worst, must stop them without a couple of first downs. Here's the reverse, and the Hounds make the play and play it a whole lot better this time. Renard with a tackle. At the 10-yard line, a loss. Maybe an opportunity for momentum to swing. A loss of 4 at the 10. 14-0 Malvern, 4:33 to go in the third quarter. This may be the Hounds' last chance to turn the momentum, to change the game. With Malvern backed up to their 10, 2nd and 14. Sweep to the right side, cuts up, breaks one tackle, won't break the second wave, a gain of 5, 3rd and 9. The Malvern offense hadn't been anything to write home about. Their defense has been excellent. They have received big breaks in the football game. They've scored 2 touchdowns off Newport mistakes and the kicking game. And lead 14-0, and they've stopped Newport's opportunities every time inside the 30.
It's not just a desperation play, but it sure would help to get them to punt.
3rd and 8, we call it. They got to come out to the 24 for a first down. Handoff, now the sweep to the outside, gets a block. To the 20, knocked down on a great tackle by the Greyhounds, Jeremy Hatchett at the 18, 19-yard line. So Malvern will have to kick from there, and maybe the Hounds can get decent field position and turn it into something. Normal kick from here, Newport ought to get the ball around their 40 or 45-yard line. Great hit by Hatchett. 3:10 to go, clock moving, third quarter. It's getting must time for the Hound offense. Kendall back to his 45-yard line. Snap and the kick. Another spiral. Kendall fields it, lets it go at the 40. It'll roll to the 32 of Newport. First down, Newport at their 32. So instead of midfield, instead of fielding the ball, Kendall, who rarely lets it hit, let that one hit, and it cost the Hounds 18 yards in field position.
Hounds have got to put some points on the board and put some points on the board pretty soon, bud. You got to have a big first down right here. Boy, the Hounds need a big play, but I don't think we've got the speed enough to go the distance.
So the Hounds, instead of getting into midfield after a great defensive stand, make a mistake in the kicking game, letting the ball hit the ground. One of the 4 don'ts. Started there 32. So only 12 yards better than the first possession. Tim Brown really fighting hard and trying hard out to the 37. I just don't think the Hounds have enough time to get it that way. I really don't. I don't think Malvern is going to let you drive the ball 60 to 70 yards. I think they're too good. Just straight at them. It's a gain of 5, and who can argue with 5 yards, but then uses 25 seconds. You've got to have the big play sooner or later. Down 14-0, 2:07 to go, third quarter. And again, straight up inside. Robinson with the first down out to the 44-yard line. Again, who can argue with a 7-yard gain, but is there enough time? Malvern has given up a lot of yards tonight between the 20s, and they get down inside really the Malvern 30-yard line, and the Malvern defense has stiffened and held Newport out of the end zone. Matter of fact, the Hounds' deepest penetration, I think, is the 19-yard line? So a tremendous defensive effort. I didn't think anybody could stop this Newport offense. 1st and 10. Henderson out into the flat to Sims. Sims makes the catch, will gain about 5, 6, 7 yards out to midfield. It will be 2nd down and about 3 for Newport, or 4. Good pass by Victor, 1.5 minutes to go. Hounds at midfield, that's where we should have started on this series. Now a Malvern player shaken up. Not much time left, 1:22 left in the third. Time is critical. Hounds have moved the ball all night long. Nothing to show for it. Down 14-0. And the official waiting on the Malvern player to get the headgear problem corrected. Got a little problem with the headgear just out of your picture. You're looking at the Newport offensive huddle. 1:22 to go, third quarter. What do you think, David?
But I don't know. I'm worried.
Yeah, the Hounds have failed to get it done here in the third quarter, and still got 1:20 to go. And of course, you can still score twice in the fourth quarter. You don't have to have it here. 2nd and 4. And again, up inside, and again, first down for Robinson to the 41-yard line. The Hounds wearing the Malvern defense down. But is there enough time?
But I don't know. 1:10 to go in the third quarter. We said we have to score in the third quarter. I still think that to be true. I don't believe we're going to put any points on the board. But if you don't, you got to score with, at least 8 minutes to go in the ball game.
Would be a great Greyhound moment, a great comeback if they could do it. Tim Brown breaking tackles. Tim Brown into the secondary. Tim Brown to the 30. Tim Brown being spun. Tim Brown still going. Out of bounds, has a first down at the 30-yard line with 48 seconds left. Well, the Hounds are trying, folks. I'll give these guys credit. They're giving it everything they've got. Remember a couple of years ago down at Lake Hamilton when these seniors were sophomores and the Hounds were down 14-0 and cut it to 14-6 late, then stopped them on defense before Hamilton won it late. This is the same type atmosphere. First down, Victor fakes. Victor gets a block. Victor in trouble, rolls left. Victor throws on the run. It is incomplete. Down at the 15-yard line. 2nd down and 10, and now a flag is thrown. And it looks like maybe it occurred over by the Newport sideline. A flag was thrown. Newport and Malvern players over there. Personal foul, roughing the passer against Malvern. There's the first break of the night for the Hounds. The first break of the football game for Newport.
Well, the reason it's a big break simply because it was the first down play. It was the one we've been having problems with. When you get 1, 2, and 0, it's going to give the Hounds a first down and put the ball, the 15-yard line. We got to score right here. Come on, Greyhound.
43 seconds left, third quarter, roughing the passer against the Leopards. Hounds a tough 15 yards away, trailing 14-0. Come on, Hounds. Henderson, straight ahead, brick wall, a yard. Malvern played it a lot better, adjusted the defense, stopped the off-tackle play. Hounds will have time to run one more play before the end of the third quarter. 2nd and 9. Here we are in that 2nd long again. Hounds tried to break that string by throwing the football on 1st and 10. Chris Ellis has been injured, left the game, so we don't have the 9th grader speed to turn the corner. 2nd and 9, Henderson fakes inside, option play, got some room. Henderson cuts inside, Henderson driving, diving, touchdown. Attaboy, Victor, attaboy, now come on, Hounds. And we did it with 6 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and David Black's on target. It's 14-6, and Newport will go 4-2, I do believe. A gutty drive by the Greyhounds.
Hounds drive it 68 yards, Bud. They've driven the football all night long. Malvern was still just 1 first down on the night. The Hounds have cut the lead in half, and we got a football game. Come on, Greyhounds.
Need this too. Gives you the opportunity to win with a single extra point. Even if you miss, gives you the opportunity to tie with another 2-pointer. Trying for 2. The give to Brown. Brown fighting. He's in there for 2 off right tackle. It's 14-8 Malvern. And hold on to your biddy, folks. We got a 4th quarter coming up. 6 seconds to go in the 3rd. It's Malvern 14 and the Greyhounds 8. 68 yards on the drive. And the 600 or 700 who have followed the Greyhounds are raising Cain across the way. Look at them. Now the Hound defense has to continue to play the great game they've played in the contest so far. The 1 break, a roughing the passer penalty. Now we need to fumble. 14-8, Malvern with the lead. Boy, there wasn't anything fancy about that 2-point conversion. Give it to Tim Brown. Put him behind the mean machine. Hounds will squib kick it here. Down the middle. High bounce, fielded at the 26 to the 30. Falls down at the 32-yard line. Boy, I'll say one thing. Brandon Thompson and a couple other guys on the kickoff team were playing kamikaze. They were flat going down the middle of that field, knocking Malvern players out of the way. Malvern at their 33. First down, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter. In the state quarterfinals, the Newport Greyhounds trying to make a patented, tremendous recovery on the road. Trail now 14-8. And our telecast is presented and has been throughout the season by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Don't forget those great new, all made from scratch, fresh chicken pot pies. They're available right now, the chunky chicken pot pies at Kentucky Fried Chicken. Those great buffets at KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken of Newport. Dare we say the Hounds are en fuego. Suddenly there's some fire. Come on, defense, don't give up the big play. Keep the momentum. Keep old Mo on your side. 14-8. Malvern with the football in the lead. Their 32-yard line. Quarterback on the sweep this side, trying to turn the corner, gets to the outside, and look out! That could be a momentum turner. He's to the 30. He is down to the 20, and he is in for the touchdown. Great run, unbelievable. Madre Jr. on the sweep. Well, I just said don't give up the big play. And the Hounds give up a 68-yard touchdown run, the big play. Boy, oh boy. And it's 20-8. Well, we had a little moment of excitement, didn't we? At least we got a thrill down here, folks. 11:48 left. And the extra point attempt coming. Hey, Malvern gets their second first down of the night. Is that a first down? No, that doesn't count as a first down? Okay. Extra point attempt. 20-8 Leffords. Well, you just can't let that happen. And this one is right through there. Good, 21-8. Hounds have failed to do what a championship team has to do. They fought hard and they battled. But The Leopards making the plays when they had to make them, and it's 21-8. Newport's only hope now is to score in the next couple of 3 minutes to get right back where we just were. I don't know why. I think I see these things before they happen. I sit here and say, don't give up the big play, and all of a sudden there it is. Maybe if I'll shut up. I don't have anything to do with it, do I, Wally? 21-8, Malvern. I said like 2 years ago at Lake Hamilton, we cut it to 14-6. Stopped them. Then we fumbled a punt, and they went in and won the ball game right there. 11:48 left, and Malvern feels like that will wrap it up for them, but the Hounds can score in a hurry when they get it cranked up. Not over yet. Don't give up. At 21-0, it might have been over. Not at 21-8. Hounds returning the ball back up the middle. Tate across the 30. I think that's Tate. To the 33-yard line. Let me make sure for you. Yep. So the Hounds have pretty good field position. They're 34-yard line.
Well, just a backbreaker, bud. 11:41 to play in a ball game. 21-8. The Hounds have got to score quickly.
That's Jonathan Adams' kickoff return in the second half in the Osceola game. That type of play, it just kills you. We'll see if the Hounds can respond. Down 21-8, 11 and a half minutes to go. Oh, boy. Finally get a break, and then that happens. Give Malvern credit, though. Henderson to throw, and this ball is incomplete, and there is a flag thrown, pass interference against Malvern. That'll be a 15-yard penalty out to the 49-yard line.
I think we get another break too, bud, because the ball was going to be short, and I don't think Matt would have had a chance to catch the football.
So the official drops the flag, and that's all it can be. Pass interference, no indication yet, but the referee will tell us in just a minute. Yep, there it is. Well, the Hounds at midfield all of a sudden. David, if you score in the next couple of minutes, you're right back where you were.
You're absolutely right, bud. And I tell you what, this Graham football team is going to put on a gutty performance. I don't know if we can come back and win it, but I guarantee you we'll score one more time. Come on, Hound Dogs.
11:23 to go. We've seen the Hounds 4 years ago at Osceola come back, 2 years ago at Osceola come back. Against this Malvern bunch several years ago in the playoffs, come back from a halftime deficit. Henderson fakes inside. Victor needs time. Victor throws it out here to Tim. Got some blockers. Get some blocks. Brown to the 40. Brown out of bounds at the 39-yard line, maybe the 38. First down, Greyhounds at the 39-yard line of Malvern. Hounds moving the ball down the field. 11-15. If we can score before the 9-minute mark, we're going to win this game. Move it, Hounds, move it. Let's go. 21-8, Malvern leading. With 11:15 to go in the game. Henderson fakes the reverse to Tim Brown. Screen pass to Robinson this side. Renard gets a block. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. The Hounds are back in it. The 39-yard pass to Renard Robinson, and just like that, the Greyhounds strike back.
44 seconds it took the Hounds to score. The Hounds drive it down the field, and they're back in it. Come on, Greyhounds.
Well, this is what a championship game should be. You're awfully quiet, Mr. Steen. You're not going to talk on TV? And the Hounds will go for the single extra point. And to say it's critical is an understatement. Ball down, kick on the way, and the kick is good. 21-15. Malvern by 6 once again with 11:04 to go in the football game. And the Hounds proving now offensively that they can move it up and down the field. Come on, defense. Don't. I'm not even going to say it. Come on, defense. Let's just play ball. And whatever happens, happens. Our telecast is brought to you by a whole bunch of great folks that have been with us all season. A whole bunch, and they include the George Kell Motor Company, Dairy Queen, White River Ambulance, Lakeside Chevrolet, Premier Video, ASU BB Newport, Radio Shack, U.S. Pizza Company, Harris Hospital, Jackson Funeral Homes, Wallace Equipment Company at Fair Oaks, Bob Forrester, Modern Woodman of America, Mike Baker Nissan at Searcy, Farmers Equipment Company Tuckerman, B&R Marine and Cycle Batesville, Union Planters Bank, Jack's TV and Appliance, the John Minor Company, Taylor Ford and Chrysler, Payless Sales and Rentals, Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's 21-15 Malvern with 11:04 to go. Come on, Hounds, come on, come on, come on. Come on down to my boat, baby. The Hounds have battled, trying to overcome some insurmountable odds and crazy things. Missed a tackle at the 40, knocked him out of bounds at the 40. Leopards get it at the 40-yard line. Great field position. 10:59 to go in the game. In a game that Newport has, well, exception for the big play, the Hounds have dominated it. That 68-yard run will add to the Malvern statistics. Hounds have been stuffing them for no yardage rushing, and then all of a sudden a 68-yarder. 21-15 Malvern. They've got the ball at their 40. The tailback off tackle, gets 3 or 4, breaks a tackle, has a gain of 4, ball pops free. Fumble, Newport says they've got it. Newport says they've got it. The Hounds have the ball. Newport recovers at the 45-yard line of Malvern with 10:52 to go, down by 6. Look at the fans. Look at the top of your screen. You wouldn't have to pickpocket anybody. They'd give you their billfold right now. First down, Newport at the 45-yard line of the Leopards. Hounds trying to come home and play in the semifinals. We're down 14-0 at the half. Good Lord, I can't take a lot of this. Woo! Man upstairs better watch over me. My old heart is just a thumping. Woo! All right, here we go. First down at the 45. Plenty of time. Straight handoff, short yardage, won't get much, driven back. Gain of maybe a yard. 2nd and 9. Hounds have been running screen pass. They opened it up in the 3rd quarter, and it led to a couple of scores. Throwing the football. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. A touchdown and a single point conversion would give the Hounds the lead. 2nd and 9. Tough call on 2nd and 9. Tim Brown. Ball is loose. Scramble for it. And I think the Hounds got it back at the 41-yard line. A gain of 3. It laid there for 3 days. Woo! Hounds get another break. You got to have some. 9:30 to go, 9.5 minutes left. 3rd and 4 from the 40-yard line of Malvern. Move the ball, Hounds. Move the sticks. Come on, offense. 3rd and 4. Henderson rolling left. Henderson needs speed. Henderson first down. Henderson to the 32-yard line. First down, Victor. 1st and 10 Greyhounds at the 32 of the Leopards. 9:04 to go in the contest. Our Greyhounds playing with about as much heart in the second half as we've ever seen them play. First and 10 at the 32. Robinson for 3. Robinson for close to 4 at the 28-yard line. 2nd down, long 6 at the 28. 8:34 to go in the game in regulation. Second and 6 from the 29. Option play. Victor for 2 to the 27. 3rd and long again. Time running out, 8:07.
Well, Bud, the last drive that we had the big screen passes that came to the front, and Renard with a big long run on a screen pass. What do the Hounds do here? 7:55 to play in the ball game. We trail by 6.
We're in 4-down territory, of course. At the 28-yard line, offside play, they don't jump. Bill Keaty will come out and talk it over on 3rd and 6. Soda pop, guys. Who's got a hit on the soda anywhere? You got a soda? Thank you. 3rd and 6. Again, we thank all the wonderful sponsors who made our telecast possible throughout the year, and we hope we're getting to do it again this coming Friday night. The next 7:47 on the scoreboard will determine that. Hounds finally got some breaks. Fumble, roughing the passer penalty against Malvern. A telecast presented in part by the George Kell Motor Company. They're paying sales tax on a large group of their used inventory at George Kell Motor Company in Newport. Get great buys, great food, great Dairy Queen treats at the Dairy Queen on Malcolm Avenue. Dwayne Kirker and Company and White River Ambulance, they'll be having the grand opening of their new facility pretty soon. White River Ambulance on North Pecan Street in Newport. New trucks, they got them a whole new group. Extended cabs, regular cabs, S-Series, full-size pickups at Lakeside. Chevrolet Buick in Newport, it pays to have Lakeside on your side. Premier Video. Home entertainment headquarters for Northeast Arkansas. Sharon Gardner and Company at Premier Video. The Saturday after Thanksgiving, they'll be having their big sidewalk sale at Premier Video. 3rd and 6. Robinson straight up inside, 1st down. Renard inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Face mask penalty, I think. Flag is down, maybe a face mask call against the Leopards. And the face mask might have saved the touchdown. It's at the 14-yard line, and it should move it to the 7. 21-15. And half the distance to the goal with 7:42 to go. In the football game, Newport trails by 6. 21-15. Wally Steen said at halftime, don't forget there's a half to be played. 6-point Malvern lead. Newport threatening to tie it up. 1st and goal from the 7. Robinson, 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 4. 7:15 remaining in the game in regulation. 21-15. A 6-point Malvern lead. Clock moving down to 7 minutes. 2nd and goal from the 4. Robinson to the 1. And close to the goal line. But short. 3rd and goal from inside the 1, it looks like. 3rd down and goal, Greyhounds.
But incredible. Just incredible. This Greyhound football team, when they got down 21-8, you said, you know, it's not the type of play that a championship caliber ball club needs to have. But boy, these Hounds have come roaring back. Come on, Greyhounds.
3rd and goal from, looks like outside the 1-yard or near the 1-yard line. Robinson, touchdown! Off left tackle, touchdown, Greyhounds! Renard Robinson with a touchdown and a twisting, diving move. We are tied at 21. And the Hound kicking team will come in to try to give Newport the lead. With 6:07 remaining in regulation. It is Malvern 21, Newport 21.
Newport has scored 21 points, Bud, in the last 6 minutes.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Good snap, good kick. Let's do it. Let's do it. The ball is down. Kick is on the way. Yes, 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 yes. Good. Yes. 22-21 Greyhounds. With 6:07 to go in regulation. And we're on the odd number now, so somebody's going to win it in regulation. 22-21 Newport in one of the most dramatic Greyhound comebacks ever in their vaunted history. And now the defense has to stop the explosive Leopards. You don't often see a leopard explode, but we saw one explode a while ago. I don't like those exploding leopards. Let's get rid of that TNT.
But the Hounds scored their first points of the ball game with 6 seconds to play in the third quarter. Victor Henderson, a 14-yard run. And it's 6:07, and there's 12 minutes to play in each quarter. Less than 6 minutes, Newport has put 22 points on the board.
Against a team that had dominated them defensively inside the 30-yard line. Fielded at the 30. Big Cole up the middle. 50, 45, 40, still going. Finally run out of bounds. Great field position. Remember, a field goal could give them the lead. And Malvern with a great return to the Newport. Where they're going to mark it? About the 38-yard line. Wow. And they've got a kid kicks field goals on extra points. He's missed only one all year. 5:56 to go. 22-21 Newport, but Malvern with tremendous field position at the Hound 38. What a football game. Quarterback fakes inside, throws over the middle, incomplete. He had a man open on the quick look-in pass over the middle. And a perfect strike between Tate and Kendall, but he dropped it. 2nd and 10. Newport leading 22-21. The state quarterfinals, 5:52 to go in the game. 2nd and 10, Leopards. Quarterback, handoff, fakes the handoff on the pitch to the corner, tries to turn the corner, does turn the corner, run out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That's a first down, but there is a flag. There is a flag on the play. Hold everything. Holding Malvern. Holding against the Leopards. Malvern showing their speed to the corner here in the second half. 22-21 Newport. The holding penalty moves it back to the 46-yard line of the Greyhounds. 2nd down and about 18. How about an intercept there? 5:45 remaining in the game. Newport leads 22-21. Malvern quarterback under center at the 46, straight back, wants to throw, fires up the sideline, it is tipped, intercepted. Kendall to the Hatchet 50, Hatchet 45, Hatchet out of bounds at the 42-yard line. It is Hatchet with the intercept. A Greyhound player is shaken up. It's Robinson, but Hatchet with the Oski, and the Greyhounds have the ball at the 41 of the Leopards. Holy smokes, I don't believe it. 5:36 left in the football game, and the Hounds lead 22-21. Hatchet with the pick. He missed one earlier in the first half and made up for it there. I don't care if we score. Let's get rid of 5:36 on the clock. Although a touchdown and a single-point conversion for a 9-point lead would be very attractive. That'd be an 8-point lead, wouldn't it? Ooh. They could still tie. Let's use up the clock. Let's drive the ball, guys. Straight ahead, Brown will get a couple. Has driven back at the 39-yard line. Clock will move down to 5:25 left. In about 4 yards at a clip, you could take 10 plays to do this. You could about run it out.
Well, the one thing you don't want to do is score too early. If you do score, you need to move some clock. Remember the Jonesboro game back in 80?
Got 2, 2nd and 8. Don't shut down here, guys. Let's move the ball. Victor loses yards. Back to the 42. It is 3rd and long. Well, the Hounds being conservative here, and you can't blame Bill Keaty for that. 3rd and 11. Hatchet with the big Oski that gives Newport excellent field position. If nothing else, even if you have to punch, you ought to punt them down inside the 20-yard line. 4.5 minutes left. Newport by 1, 22-21. Victor wants to throw over the middle, overthrown, incomplete. 4th down, and the Hounds, I think, will kick it. 4th down and 11.
Hurts there, Buzz. The incomplete pass stops the clock with 4:23 to play. Newport could have run the clock probably down about to the 3:50 mark after their play.
The Hounds get the turnover but cannot do anything with it. With a 1-point lead at 22-21 and still a lifetime left, 4:23.
You punt it out of bounds somewhere.
22-21 Greyhounds on the road in the state quarterfinals. Timeout being asked for by Newport. Somebody lined up wrong, we don't have enough, and to be sure, Tate called timeout. Nothing wrong with that. Hounds lead 22-21.
Well, they had 1 second on the 25-second clock, Bud. That's why the Hounds did elect to call timeout. 22-21, the Hounds have come roaring back. Malvern has an opportunity, Bud. They can take this punt return back all the way at the great speed. You've got to kick the football out of bounds. I don't care where you kick it out of bounds. Just kick it out of bounds somewhere.
4th and 11, Newport at the Malvern 42-yard line. Still a lot of time and the speed they've shown to the outside here in the second half. They can make up ground in a hurry. Remember, Malvern needs only a field goal to take the lead. They trail by 1, 22-21, Newport leading. Hounds have overcome a 14-0 deficit. They've overcome a 21-8 deficit. Just got a big defensive turnover, but the offense couldn't capitalize on it. Used very little clock, less than a minute. Good snap. Kick. They're going to let it hit at the fielded back at the 1, back into the end zone. Oh, there's a clip. He's hit and dropped back at the 1-yard line. I saw a clip and they didn't call it on the other side of the field. Great defense by the Hounds as they dump him inside the 5 at about the 1-yard line. And I was watching the clip. Well, one of our kids got clobbered right in the middle of the back and they didn't throw the flag. Malvern at their 1 with 4:11 to go. At the 2-yard line, we're going to call it. And their offense comes into the game. Split receiver to the left bottom corner out of your picture. I have to have a wide angle to see him. Quarterback from the end zone, over the middle, intercepted. Kendall to the 15 and down at the 13-yard line at the 8-yard line. Kendall intercepts at the 8-yard line for the Greyhounds. Now, folks, I just as soon use up the clock. Again, what David was talking about earlier, the Hounds in 1981 scored a touchdown against Jonesboro. Jonesboro came back, scored, got a 2-point conversion, won the game.
And they scored the touchdown, Bud, and they missed the extra point, so they only got 6, so they led by 7. Jonesboro came back, got their 6, and then got the 2-point conversion for the 8.
22-21 Greyhounds. I'm not graphing. We got the ball at their 8.
I'll take it.
Leading 22-21 with 3:42 to go in the game. Let's punch it in and then take our chances. Renard to the 3. And David, the Malvern defense is literally exhausted.
Look at the 3 Malvern kids right there, Bud, in our screen laying on the ground. They are literally worn out. One of them up, now 2 and 3 up.
I bet Newport snapped the ball 90 times in the football game. They snapped it 37 at the half. They mark him down back at the 4-yard line. Golly.
Legitimate first downs or the 5-yard line, Bud. I can't tell where they've got it marked, but legitimate first downs, not including touchdown first downs. Malvern has 2 on the night.
Thought that Renard was a little closer. He ended up down to 3, but he set his knee at the 5.
This is the 68th time that the Hounds have snapped the football tonight.
Victor on the sneak. Victor near the goal line to about the 1, apparently. 2:45 to go in the game. Newport leading by a point, 22-21. At the 1.5-yard line, and timeout Malvern. The Malvern players shaken up. If the Hounds can win it, it will go into the book as one of the great Greyhound moments. On the road to a team that's won 6 in a row, their coach going for his 200th career victory, down 14-0 at the half. Frustrated by the bad breaks in the first half, and your kids come back, cut it to 14-8. Malvern runs a play, makes it 21-8. We have every chance and every right to die on the vine at that point. 2:25 to go, clock moving. 3rd down and goal from the 1.5. Victor, left side driving. Did he get there? Did he get there? No indication yet. Come on, somebody tell me something. 4th and goal from the 1-inch line. 4th and goal from the inch line.
But now Malvern's going to call timeout. I was going to say Newport could just stay in the huddle for about 15 seconds. That'd give you have 25 seconds to snap the football once the referee puts the ball in play. Malvern calls timeout with 2:05 to go. 4th down and goal at the 1. The Hounds need to punch it in.
Can I set up an if situation? Yes. If you score, 28-21, up 7. Do you try for the single point to lead by 8 or go for 2 and win the game because they cannot overcome a 9-point deficit on one possession? Am I thinking right? Have I got my numbers right?
Well, you got your numbers right, but I don't know. Let's just punch it in.
I said if. Let's punch. 2:05 left in the game. 22-21 Newport. Look at the ball. How could that thing not be in the end zone?
But I don't know. But I'll tell you after this play what we might do.
You're going to be up 28-21. You force them to, if they score, to make that decision, to tie it up or go for the win, even if you miss the 2-point try. Of course, if you make the singleton, then all they can do is tie you and send you into overtime with an 8-point play.
We got to put it in there.
We're going to punch it in right here. No shades of dollar way here. Punch it right in, guys. Come on, offensive line. Knock somebody on their bohunkus.
But I was literally devastated when the kid made the big run for Malvern, made it 21-8. We'd come back, got into the ball game. Here we go.
Come on, Hounds. 2:05 left. 4th and goal. Victor dives. Victor, I got to be there. No indication yet. Let's see. Touchdown! Yes! Thank you, referee. 28-21 and a critical decision for Bill Keaty. The Hounds are going to go for 1, leading 28-21. I really thought they'd go for 2. I really did. If you kick this one, though, Malvern has to get an 8-point play to tie you. If you miss, they've got to get a 7-point play to tie, an 8-point play to win the game. 2 would close it out. But the Hounds go for 1. Good snap. Ball is down. Kick is on the way. Looky here. No good. Just wide. I don't believe that. 2 minutes to go. Looked pretty good from here. The referee waited and looked at it. Remember, we've been squib kicking. They've been getting the ball at midfield. But now they have to have the touchdown instead of the field goal. 28-21 Hounds. If Newport can get possession of the ball again, they'll win the game. They can run out the clock. 28-21, Newport leading the Leopards. Bill Keaty trying for his 199th career win, which would tie him with David Alfie of the Leopards.
20 unanswered points for the Greyhounds, Bud, here in the 4th quarter. They scored with 11:01 to go, 6:07, and now at the 2-minute mark.
You want to finish this? Go ahead.
Bud Black is out of juice about like the Malvern defense is. We're going to give him a break, and the Hounds will come up with a squib kick. 2 minutes to play in the ball game, 28-21 in favor of the Greyhounds. It has been an incredible night for the Newport Greyhounds. Can they hold on? If they hold on to win, they'll play at home Friday night. Squib kick, big bounce, fielded, and down at the 42-yard line. Malvern will have great field position with 1:59 to play in the ball game. It's up to the Hound defense now. Malvern starts at the 42-yard line with only 2 first downs on the night. They had the one big long run by Sean Mitchell, 67 yards. We're going to leave it up to the defense. The clock moves now as the referees put the ball in play with 1:45 to play in the ball game. Quarterback Hembry underneath, drops back, wants to throw, a little pressure, out, complete. And he's got a lot of room to run. He's across the 50 to the 45. Inside the 45 in Newport territory, about the 44, 43-yard line. 1:35. Bud, you need it back?
Okay, you're doing great. Just stop them.
Malvern first down and 10. A good pass completion for the Leopards. Come on, Hound defense. Ball rest on the 43-yard line. Receiver was knocked out of bounds, so the clock will not start until the center snaps the ball to Hembry. Malvern to the line of scrimmage, as you see. Split receiver to the right side, slot back, 23. That's Mitchell. He's their speedster. He's on the right side. They're going to throw. Hembry overthrows his intended receiver at the 32-yard line. 1.5 to play in a ball game. Newport trailed in this football game 14-0 at the half. Cut the lead to 14-8 with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, and then Malvern comes back and runs 67 yards for a touchdown, 21-8, and it's been all Newport since then.
Be aware of the little reverse play that's been good for 2 touchdowns.
1:30, clock stop once again on the incomplete pass. It's 2nd down and 10 from the 43-yard line. Hembry eyes the defense. Drops back, looks over the middle, throws, tipped, incomplete. That was a 2nd down play, so that's going to bring up 3rd down. Only 4 seconds off the clock that time, 1:26 to play in this ball game. Bud Black is out of juice. 3rd down and 10 yards to go for Malvern. This ball game is going down to the wire. It's 28-21 in favor of the Greyhounds. A 7-point lead. Malvern to win the ball game must score, go for 2, score, kick the extra point, take it into overtime. Split receiver down to the right side. Out comes Hatchett with him. Slot back is to the right side. Inside reverse play. There's Renard. Hits the man. He breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage. Still running Mitchell. And now knocked out of bounds across the way inside the 40 at about the 38 with 1:19 to play in the game. 4th down in the ball game play coming up. 4th down and 5. Ball on the 38.
Don't want to say I called the play, but there it was. Hold them, Hounds.
4th down and 4, we'll call it. They must get the football past the 33-yard line. You can see the marker in your screen, top right-hand corner of your screen. You see where the football is. Ball game in the balance. 1:19 to play. What will happen? We'll let you watch it. Pressure. He's got a lot of room. He's going to run down inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 19 with 1:11 to go. Hembry had a lot of room to run. He ran it down inside the 20-yard line to the 18, and it's not over yet.
You can't stop them. Well, you better stop them, guy.
I'll let you have it.
Stop them, David. Got to stop them. 18-yard line, 1st down. Remember, Malvern must score, make an extra point to tie. I wish the Hounds had gone for 2 a while ago. They could go for 2 if they score and try to win it. Hounds need pressure. Of course, with 1:11 to go now, they can run or pass at the 19. Quarterback rolls to the left, being chased. He gets away, won't get away. Sacked at the 25-yard line. And I think, I'm looking, do I see a flag anywhere? Nope, the officials are just marking the ball. The clock will run down to a minute, and Malvern asks for the timeout with a minute to go. Back at the 26, it was Sims, I think, who got there to make the sack. 80, correct? Is that what y'all saw? Sims.
But I didn't see anything. I had my eyes closed.
At the 26-yard line, it is second down for Malvern. And about, how much, Wally, 17? Second 17 or 18 needed. Malvern must score, and then they could kick. And remember, they've only missed 1 point after touchdown all year. So if they score, they're almost a guarantee to tie it up, possibly send it to overtime. They, of course, would have the opportunity to go for 2 if they score and could win it. Regardless of what happens, 2 teams with great heart and great character. Newport coming back, and now Malvern fighting back. Their offense has got to be fresh. They haven't been out there much tonight. 2nd and 17. Quarterback back, hit, drops the ball, it's loose, recovers it, but a loss back to the 34-yard line. And the clock will run.
50 seconds, under 50 now.
Malvern hurries to the line of scrimmage, 3rd down and long. Quarterback on 3rd down, back, wants to throw, fires over the middle, out in the flat, incomplete, 4th down. The Hounds can win the football game if they don't commit a foul on this play and they hold them to less than 20 yards.
Got to go 25 yards for the first down, bud.
4th down and about 24, 25 yards. The play of the game, the final chance for Malvern with 38 seconds to go, and they ask for a timeout with Newport leading it 28-21. The winner plays Friday night at their house against Morrilton or Watson Chapel. We had a halftime score when we were taping Friday night of Morrilton leading Chapel at the half 14-7. The Hounds trying to get back to the Final Four. What an incredible second half by the Newport Greyhounds. And yet Malvern still has a chance. Their last play of their season, perhaps, unless they make a first down or Newport is guilty of a foul. 38.1 seconds left in the game. An absolutely incredible football game. 14-0 Malvern led at the half. They led 21-8 in the 4th quarter. Stop them, guys. Stop them. 4th down and 23. The quarterback back to his right, throws over the middle. It is incomplete. The Greyhounds have held. The Newport Greyhounds have held on defense and need to snap the ball once or twice. Don't celebrate too much, guys. We've got to snap the ball a couple of times. 32.6 seconds left. The Greyhounds have held on defense. An incredible comeback by the Greyhounds. Now just snap the ball. Sometimes this ain't easy. 28-21 in an incredible football game. I got to write a great Greyhound moments for the Riverboat Trader this week. I don't think I have to write it.
I think you've got some good script.
Henderson down to a knee. 27 seconds, down to 25. If Malvern's out of timeouts, that should do it. Now, there is a flag on the play. Hold everything. What's this flag about? I don't want this. 32-yard line, a flag is down. Well, the clock was going to run out with 24.6 seconds.
They'll start the clock once they mark off the penalty, regardless who it's against. If Malvern has no timeouts left, the ball game is over, bud, and I believe they're out of timeouts.
So, no flag procedure against Newport, they say. Did they penalize them? No, they didn't. Well, they got me confused. Now they're going to refuse the penalty and take the play. A loss of 2 for Victor. 2nd down and 12. But the important thing, the clock at 24.6. Now, when do they start it? Mark it, ref, and start it. He didn't start the clock. He set the ball and did not start the clock. We've got to snap it again. Just get the ball. Hold on to the ball. Please just hold on to the ball. Don't back up too soon. Attaboy. Attaboy. Attaboy.
That's it, bud. The Hounds have won it. Incredible.
Can you believe this?
Incredible.
Can you believe this, ladies and gentlemen? Can you believe this unbelievable effort? It is one of the Newport Greyhounds' finest moments. Finest moments. I mean, in their history. And it's not a state championship game. It's not a conference championship game. I'm as proud of a bunch of kids as I've ever been. Holy smokes. Given up for dead twice. Without a break. And a roughing the passer penalty turned the tide. A fumble helped. And even after Malvern went back to a 21-8 lead, the Hounds refused to die. 2 great screen passes. One to Timmy Brown to set up, the other one to Renard for a touchdown. And all Newport from there on in. And Newport on the road, down 14-0 at the half. Down 21-8 in the 4th quarter. Scored 20 unanswered points in the 4th period. And whipped this talented Malvern Leopard football team 28-21. And the Greyhounds are going to the Final Four. And we're going to play Turkey Day weekend. Friday night, this coming Friday night, at Greyhound Field. Against either Morrilton or Watson Chapel. You know all the scores by now as you watch on Saturday morning or Tuesday night. Mr. Steen, you've been silent all game. Will you please say incredible?
If you don't like this, you don't like nothing.
Wally Steen, if this doesn't hit your hot button, you ain't got one, folks. The Newport Greyhounds win it 28-21. Newport 377 yards total offense. Malvern 180 total. 67 of that on one big run by Madre Jr. Victor 69 yards rushing. Tim 80. Renard 90. Total rushing, we had 299 on the night. Total passing 78 yards. 377 total. Malvern rushed for 125 yards. Passed for 55. 180 total yards. Incredible. Coach Alpy and Coach Keating each now with 199 career victories. David, Malvern said they thought this was for the state championship game. They haven't seen the quality of an Osceola. But no 2 teams will play with more heart, with more determination. And I don't care who makes it to the final game. I don't care who plays in the state championship. You will never see a better football game than what we saw here tonight. It was absolutely incredible.
But it was incredible. The Hounds just kept battling and battling. Coach Bill Keating told his kids at the half, he said, fellas, let's go out here and win this football game. We got a better football team than this. We haven't gotten a break in the first half. We're going to get some in the second, but we've called a bunch of them. But this is one of the top ones we've ever called.
With the exception of the Osceola game, 4 or 5 years ago at Osceola, the incredible comeback by the Hounds that year where we just kept fighting back. This one was very similar. We're down 2 touchdowns. We score. We're down 2 touchdowns again. We score. We keep fighting. On the road, and this one is so much more important than that one at Osceola, David, because this one puts you in the Final Four of the state championship.
And we'll be playing at home Friday night, bud. Galen's going to try to get, no, I thought maybe he was going to try to get a shot here. But anyway, we're going to be playing at home Friday night. We want the crowds to be there. We got to have the crowds.
Oh, there we are.
See my big old fat chin. I've gained 50 pounds in the last 6 months. But
I think I hadn't shaved in 3 days. I've grown a 3-day beard in the last 2 hours, folks.
Boy, this is incredible. This is just literally incredible. When the kid made the long run, it made it 21-8. My heart fell out. I really thought the ball game was over. I knew we were come back, score again, but I thought they were going to be too much. The Hounds scored 20 unanswered points, win the football game. But this is what this old game's all about. Go, Hounds, go.
No, let me tell you what this game is all about. Pills. You got to take your pills in the middle of the third quarter.
I can't do those anymore.
These are legal pills, but for your heart and excitement. No, I don't have any heart problems. But golly, can y'all believe this? This is just simply sensational. Scoring recap. Look at that beard. I've grown that in the last 3 hours.
But a scoring recap. Of course, Malvern, we said 14-0 leading at the half. 17-yard run on the first offensive play of the game after Newport fumbled on his first offensive play. James Locke, 17-yard run. Only 34 seconds had gone in the ball game, and Malvern took a quick 7-0 lead. They come right back, score on a 37-yard drive, a 9-yard touchdown run on the same play by Locke once again. 2:08 to play in the half, and then it was 14-0 after the extra point kick. Hounds did not score until 6 seconds to go in the third quarter, a 68-yard drive capped off by Victor Henderson's 14-yard run. Timmy Brown's 2-point conversion was good. It was 14-8, and it looked at that point that the Hounds were going to just really be in the ball game. Well, we kicked the football off. What do? They run it 67 yards from scrimmage, a Sean Mitchell run, 11:48 to play in the ball game, and Malvern went up 21-8. It took the Hounds only 44 seconds to drive it 67 yards again. Renard Robinson with a 39-yard touchdown pass. Extra point was good, 21-15. Renard with a 1-yard touchdown run with a 6:07 to go in the ball game. A 55-yard drive. Extra point good, 22-21. The Hounds led at that stage for the first time in the ball game, and then scored with 2 minutes to go. A Victor Henderson quarterback sneak, extra point kick good, 28-21. The Hounds win it. And here's my buddy coming into the screen. What about Renard and all those touchdowns?
Say, go Hounds.
Go Hounds!
Oh boy, that's Ben Black, famous Ben Black of the Riverboat Trader. We are excited, bud. I don't know. We've called a bunch of football games, ladies and gentlemen. Be there Friday night when the Hounds take on a quality football team. It'll either be Morrilton or Watson Chapel at Greyhound Field. Be there and then watch it on Cable 15. If you're watching the Saturday morning broadcast, hey, you can watch it again on Tuesday night. It'll be just as exciting.
Well, I know somebody told me since you guys got off radio and started doing TV that Bud's not quite as excited as he used to be. I tried to shut up instead of describe the action for you. Tried to shut up and just let you see it, but we had to get a little excited tonight. Some incredible things that were happening. Yeah, right here. I like it. We got a shot of this. There, we got it pasted up on the Malvern wall of Newport Greyhound. But let's salute the Malvern Leopard players, too. I mean, David Alpe said it would be a state championship type game, and he said it would be two teams that would be as good as anybody in the state playing, and David, he was absolutely right.
But Newport had to get some big breaks in the second half, and we did get those big breaks. Had a couple of interceptions late. Kendall's interception that took the football down the 8-yard line. We had the pass interference penalty for us. Malvern's football team, just a class act. You know, they finished the year at 8-4. They were 2-3 at one time. They'd won 6 in a row coming in. It's a shame that somebody had to lose, but I sure am glad the Greyhounds will be playing this week.
And we understand it's very possible we'll see the Leopards in a few months. Newport working on the 96 schedule, and I believe we're going to open with Jonesboro and trying to get, it might not be ironic, trying to get games the second, third playing dates with Malvern and Morrilton. Well, we played Malvern tonight, and you, as I said, you at home already know, but it's a possibility we could be playing Morrilton this Friday night at Newport. So how about that? We could be playing, two teams here in the playoffs that are going to be on our regular schedule next year. I thought we were dead, folks. I think a lot of people did, and the Hounds never quit. They kept fighting, but we couldn't get a break. You kept feeling if something good would finally happen after the disastrous things, the heartbreaking things in the first half, the fumble on the first play, pass interception we didn't get, Timmy's touchdown run called back by a holding penalty, and we get down to the 18-yard line right before the half, and the clock runs out and don't get a chance to score. Just absolutely everything going against the Hounds, and then all of a sudden the roughing the passer penalty, and then the fumble, and all of a sudden you got a chance. And, going in, and you see the Malvern defense beginning to drag a little bit. They've been out there on the field all night long. Newport's had the ball, and they're big, and they're strong, and the Hounds are pounding and pounding and pounding, and Malvern is getting slower and slower up off the ground. And we've seen it all year. You see the Newport offensive line take control and start winning the battle in the trenches, and all of a sudden, kaboom, fourth quarter, and Newport explodes on the Leopards.
But it's just, you say it one word, incredible. Boy, I'm glad I was given the opportunity to be here and see it and call it, and I thank the good Lord for giving us the opportunity to work together another game.
Boy, this is a lot of fun. Well, folks, these wonderful sponsors who bring it all to you here on Cable 15, and we'll do it again next Saturday morning, and we encourage you to come to Greyhound Field this Friday night, Thanksgiving weekend. There's a shot of a happy bunch of Newport Greyhounds. Galen Farmer with his usual extraordinary camera work. What a great job he does. Sean Jones alongside. Wonderful job he does for the Riverboat Trader and Cable 15. Our sponsors include Kentucky Fried Chicken, Payless Sales and Rentals, Taylor Ford and Taylor Chrysler, the John Minor Company, Jack's TV and Appliance, Union Planners Bank, B&R Marine and Cycle, Batesville, Farmers Equipment Company, Tuckerman, Mike Baker Nissan in Searcy, Modern Woodman of America, Wallace Equipment Company, Bob Forrester, sales representative at Fair Oaks. Look at Coach Kenny Black with his hand, that left hand high in the air, celebrating. Boy, that's a great sight. Hounds with an incredible win. Who else? Jackson Funeral Homes, our sponsor. Harris Hospital, U.S. Pizza Company, Radio Shack, ASU BB Newport, Premier Video, Lakeside Chevrolet, White River Ambulance, Dairy Queen, George Kell Motor Company. I know I didn't talk as much as we normally talk about our great sponsors, but I know our sponsors will understand that the excitement of the game and the quality of the game and the tremendous finish by the Greyhounds was more important to you than hearing about the great sponsors. And I'm sure that even though they might have missed an ad, didn't get quite as many as before, that they will gladly give up that commercial time so that Greyhound fans everywhere could enjoy the thrilling moments, and there were many in this football game. Well, folks, I don't know how to wrap it up except to tell you, like Wally Steen said, if you don't like this, then you don't like anything. Nothing can hit your hot button. I beg you to be there Friday night, the state semifinals at Greyhound Field. When you're Newport Greyhounds, you talk about heart, character, want to, desire. Giving up for dead twice here at Malvern on the road against a great football team, and keep fighting and come back and win the game 28-21. It wasn't over until late. Malvern got down to the 19-yard line with a chance to tie it or win it, and the Hound defense rose up once again. Friday night at home against either Watson Chapel, last year's nemesis. That wild game, they beat us in the quarterfinals 38-35 last year, or Morrilton. As we said, you guys know already, if you've heard it this morning or if you're watching on Tuesday nights, you know who we play. But as we tape on Friday night, we have to assume that last we heard was Morrilton leading 14-7 over Watson Chapel. Does the Malvern radio station ever get a final on that game, Morrilton and Chapel? If I would appreciate that. Maybe I can get that information before we get off the air. They don't know, and I don't blame them for not caring too much right now. A tough loss for the Leopards, but a great win for the Hounds. We'll do it again Friday night at Greyhound Field and have a replay for you Saturday morning and the following Tuesday. Basketball season is here. We got a lot going on, and we're thrilled to be able to bring it to you here on Cable 15. For Sean Jones, for Galen Farmer, for David Black, I'm Bud Black. The incredible finish, the incredible victory here tonight by the Newport Greyhounds. The final, Newport 28, Malvern 21. We bid you good evening from Malvern.
Jackson's Funeral Home and the Jackson family have been serving our friends and neighbors in Jackson County during some of the most difficult times of their lives for nearly 60 years. We believe the highest standard of care is achieved when people are given the tools needed to make the most informed decision for the benefit of their family. For us, there's no greater honor than to care for our friends and our neighbors in their time of need. The Jackson's Funeral Homes, the 1900 block of Malcolm Avenue in Newport, phone number 870-523-5822.